I'm Ben Bailey, chef, and proud to call New Zealand home. I learnt my trade at some of the world's best fine dining restaurants, then came home to cook, earning 3 hats, 2-time Restaurant of the Year and 2-time Chef of the Year. But it's time to go out alone and open a truly unique New Zealand restaurant. I want to find out what exactly our New Zealand cuisine is, where our produce comes from, and is it sustainable? I'm going to travel the country doing so. I want to create authentic New Zealand dishes, and believe me, it's going to be tough.
It's come in 600,000 over budget.
Join me on my journey. We're going to lose all the bollocks that comes with fine dining. This is truly a Kiwi story told through food. It's high risk as everything is on the line, but I need to follow my dream. It's been a long 5 weeks soul-searching and figuring out what this pandemic will mean to ahi and the restaurant industry itself. Thankfully, now we're out of level 4, but I'm still unsure of what this means for ahi. So I'm meeting with Precinct Properties CEO Scott Pritchard to find out where everyone stands. Okay, so last time we caught up, COVID-19 happened, the whole country got locked down, level 4.
That's right.
Now we're in level 2. How are you guys going? Like, what's happened? You guys have commenced building again, but are you guys behind?
Yeah, look, it's been a bit of a ride, I'd have to say. I mean, you know, we've been 4 years in construction, and you know, when we started, we didn't think it would take that long. Then we were getting pretty close to the finish line, and this global pandemic hit us. So, yeah, look, we had to shut down. We had to shut down the site entirely. 5.5 weeks lockdown, but then we got straight back into it in level 3, but we had to be really careful about social distancing and all of those things. So, had some pretty big impacts in terms of productivity.
We're on almost the top floor of your tower and we're looking down on ahi, our restaurant. It's so far away, it's amazing. What does this delay mean for our restaurant?
Yeah, look, you know, we've had a bunch of challenges through this project, and you know, we've had to have at times some pretty awkward conversations. You know, I remember you and I sat across the table when, you know, we had to tell you that, you know, we were going to have to delay again, and
I was so angry,
and I was devastated. You know, and it's the worst thing to do.
It's been a tough time for everyone. My business partner Bex has been full on over lockdown. As like me, ahi means the world to her.
So it's funny how things change. You know, we've had delay after delay after delay for 2 years, and then we're 10 weeks out from opening and lockdown happens. I went through this whole stage of, should we be opening a restaurant? Should we not be opening a restaurant? Is it the right thing to do? You know, the world's about to go into a global recession. There's going to be no international visitors here for 2 years. All our main markets are gone. What are we doing? There was a lot of sleepless nights in those first few weeks. We did a lot of work on forecasting, but at the end of the day, you never know, you know, what's going to happen, and so you just have to commit, and so that's what we did. We spoke to Precinct. We said it's fine to delay the construction on our site, concentrate on getting Commercial Bay open. In the end, we've turned it around. It's going to be good for us, and who knows when we're going to get out of level 2 and actually open.
4 days later, the news everyone wanted to hear. The country is now at level 1 and Commercial Bay can finally open. Unfortunately, not for ahi. That will have to wait a bit longer yet, but it's time to celebrate.
If we want to unleash the potential of this city, or indeed Aotearoa, we need to make sure we prioritise the right things. And we all might have different views of what those priorities are, but for me, they're really simple. They're people and they're place. They're each other and they're our whenua and our environment. The fact that you have showcased New Zealand stores, connected that back to the history of Auckland CBD, I think captures some of what's so important to us as people, acknowledging our history, but also that we do want to support our local innovators, designers, retailers. And you've given us an opportunity to do that and to showcase that. So without further ado, can I welcome you all and officially open Commercial Bay. Nō reira, tēnā koutou, tēnā koutou, tēnā tātou katoa.
With the construction of the restaurant back underway, I'm even more determined to make the Ahi restaurant menu an authentic experience, something our customers can't get anywhere else. One thing that is uniquely Kiwi is the hangi. I've always known that I need to have an element of the hangi on the menu at Ahi, somehow. So I've come to see the Hangi Master, Rewi Spraggon, the guru and my mentor.
Hey, brother. Kia ora. Kia ora.
Good to see you, man.
Russian.
And I've brought my team of chefs with me.
Kia ora.
And front of house.
Beautiful, baby. Awesome. Oh, well, let's get into it, brother. This is traditional cooking.
First dish ever on our shores was hangi.
Totally plays a big part in our history, New Zealand history. The meaning of hangi is, ha is like the essence of life, and ngi is like the internal spark of the land. So it is the spark of the land and the earth that gives us life.
To replicate the hangi or similar is super important to me, and today this is what it's all about.
So we've got the crayfish,
Yeah.
kura. John Dory, how do you say that in Māori?
It's called paru.
Paru.
Just on top, bro, and we'll just a bit of flax or even nico.
Yeah, just weave it together.
Yeah.
So the main purpose, not only to hang out with you, because I never see you anymore and I miss you, but also we just want to put some interesting ingredients in the hangi and then see how we can take it back to the restaurant.
Yeah.
And still have the customers have a hangi experience, not a full hangi traditional experience, but they can still taste the earth, right? They can taste the smoke, they can taste the ash.
You can mimic or get it close to tasting like that, but yeah, you already know my answer, bro.
Yeah.
You gotta cook it like this.
Okay, so Big Mike is roasting the sweetbreads of the lamb, and it's kind of one of my most favourite cuts. It's from the thermos gland in the neck, or the pancreas in the stomach. It kind of tastes like chicken nuggets. It's offal for people that don't like offal. And what we're going to do is we're going to place them all in here, inside the saddle with the stuffing, and then we're going to kind of make like a big Swiss roll of lamb. And essentially what we're doing today is just trialling different cuts and seeing what works best. We're trying to get flavour, we're trying to tell a story, but also we're trying to see science-wise what cut works best in the hangi and for how long. And we've got the Hangi Master here, so we shouldn't take too long to figure it out.
That looks awesome, brother.
But this is a real classical British cut, so you know, there's two cultures colliding here. Little saddle of lamb. In here?
Yep, so we've got a beautiful tamure, snapper, and paua. The best way to cook them in the hangi is in the shell. They just come out nice and tender, and that's what we want, that beautiful flavour of the sea, flavour of the earth. Yeah, we're going to get that today. Right, we better get this puppy in. There's going to be a bit of a hump on that side. That's right.
This side?
Yeah.
So that's so you're putting on the less heat. Okay.
This is so exciting. I'm learning from the Hangi Master himself, and it is something that I want to replicate for Ahi. Hangi down, and now 3 hours to wait. I'm at Rewi Spraggon's house, the Hangi Master, and I've just put down an experimental hangi, and I can't wait to taste the flavours. But there has been something bothering me, as I want to have a hangi-inspired dish on the menu at Ahi.
Rewi, man, I've been battling this open fire. We've spent a heap of money on getting the extraction rights, getting return air in so we can have an open fire in the restaurant. And man, I've been looking at like the fire pit, like how we're going to cook. So do you reckon that we could recreate this in the restaurant, this fire pit?
We totally can. You know, I've had so many other chef brothers like yourself trying to mimic hangi through our ovens by using manuka, dirt and what have you, and rocks and what have you. But if we were to create this in your restaurant, where we heated the rocks with manuka, we covered it with dirt, then no one can knock you. It's authentic.
Wow.
There is no indoor restaurant in New Zealand where they have a hangi pin inside the restaurant. You have to do it.
Yeah.
It's called ahi. Ahi comes from here. This is ahi, right here.
Yeah, man.
We're going to do it, brother.
We're going to do it.
We're going to do it.
The answer's right here. We got old bricks from New Lynn.
It's the oldest answer in New Zealand, bro.
So
it's been here. It's right in front of you. No one's brought this cuisine to the level you're at, and you need to do it.
Okay, thank you, man. It's the best advice I've had, I think.
After 3 hours in the ground, it's time to dig the hangi up, and I can't wait to see how everything has turned out.
Wow, the smell is incredible.
Swing around. I'll swing one around. Yeah. Oh, look at that coda, mate.
Wow.
The moment of truth. Oh, I see all the juices here.
Wow.
Power's going to be interesting with that.
Yeah, for sure, that's cooked.
Beautiful, mate. I think you're on a winner here. You can serve that every night, bro.
It's a great process to go through, like to see how it's done traditionally and now how we're going to transform this food into serving in a restaurant, you know?
Yep.
This paua is cooked perfectly, you can see how tender that is.
Yep.
Okay, you can just pull it apart. And look at this lamb shoulder here. That's like butter, look at that.
Yeah, it's exposed the bone. Look at that.
Yeah, that's really good, eh?
So this is the old way to cook it, mate. Look at that. That John Dory. Oh. Can taste the seaweed. Coming through that.
I mean, why would you boil a crayfish? You can put it in here, you know? I can just hear you feasting, eh? Here you go, brother. You have to try this. Sorry, I'm being greedy. So this is the celeriac, kind of rolled in manuka ash.
Righto.
Oh, it's beautiful. Tamana lamb shoulder.
Look at that. Perfect, bro.
Oh, there. We let this cool down, we let it rest like we normally do. We apply all the principles we learned out of our last 20 years of cooking and apply those principles combined with the flavour of this. It's going to be epic.
You're on a winner, mate.
Thank you, bro. Amazing.
Awesome, brother.
Thank you so much. That's a great experience, guys. You happy?
Oh, yeah.
We're so lucky, we're so blessed for you to share your time with us and your knowledge.
Well, we're going to build that pit, eh?
Yeah, we're going to do it.
So we'll do that, man.
We're going to do it. Hangi Master stamp of approval on the side.
Yep.
But be careful where you're going to be getting you to work a little bit.
No, good, man. Good to have you guys out, and always a pleasure to have you here in the beautiful Te Hēngā in the valley. And let's take this to town.
An inspiring and educational day. And yes, we will be taking the hangi to town. With a few more days to spare and not much going on at the restaurant, I'm taking the time to head up north for the day to see Anne and Phil at Whangaripo Buffalo, as there are a few changes in the wind. Good ones, I believe. How are ya?
Thanks, mate. All right, Annie, Phil, thanks for having me. I've known about you guys for so long, but I've never managed to come out to your farm. Your cheese is world famous. But you're not really making cheese anymore, are you?
No, we're not. Mum decided she needed a change of career at 73.
Well, you'll be able to make a little bit for us at the restaurant, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
You're into the milk still, and then the buffalo, the meat. That's
yes,
the new thing?
That's a new thing. A mobile abattoir is on the horizon, and it'll be really exciting. We're really excited about it.
You've only got a few buffalo that will go essentially to be killed at once.
Yes.
Why don't you send them to the works?
So, buffalo are horned, so they would have to remove their horns to go to the works as it stands.
Will that traumatise them?
Oh, it will, yeah, be horrific. So it just isn't going to happen. So the only way past it is to go to either a small abattoir that will take horned animals or to do our own.
What does a mobile abattoir look like? Is it a container? Is it like a trailer? Or
Essentially, it's a trailer that goes around to the farm and dispatches the animals there on the home farm.
You know, it's quite exciting for me as a chef because a lot of farmers who take real care of their animals just go off to the works.
Yeah.
Gets mixed up with all the other animals, and it's really hard to get a product that you can say just comes from one farm.
Yes, and that provenance I think is really important, and the care of the animal leading up to its demise. So you know they don't go in a truck; they're on farm. Everybody's relaxed, and hopefully that comes through in the meat also.
What does the meat taste like?
It's sort of beefier beef, I would say.
Beefier beef.
Beefier beef.
This is going to be great, your abattoir. I can't wait to see that.
No, it's really exciting.
And also to honour the animal on its property where it grew up.
I think it's the way it should be. If we're going to eat meat, the least we can do is respect the way that they're just being dispatched.
As the production of the buffalo mozzarella and ricotta is no longer, The emphasis is now on the meat and also the milk, which is next level.
Wow, it's really different. It's very white, isn't
It's
it?
a bit more like, I think it's a bit more like coconut milk. You know, and it's quite sweet and super high fat. I'm going to put that out there.
What's the fat content?
10%.
Yeah.
10%? It's so creamy and rich. It is sweet. It's got that real coconut vibe.
It does.
You can just tell that would make the most phenomenal ice cream. I'm going to make a buffalo trumpet. I've just decided. I've had an epiphany. It's so beautiful. It's got a real pure flavour too.
It does.
Clean. And it's unprocessed. Like you think about dairy in New Zealand and it kind of feels like this is such a simple ingredient. It's so highly processed now, so it's really nice to taste milk that's just actually milk straight from the titty. All right, let's go milk some.
Coming up, I get up close and personal with Daisy.
She's eyeballing me.
And finally, I get to try some barbecue buffalo. And oh my. I'm up north at the beautiful Whangaripo Buffalo Farm where I'm learning about the mighty buffalo, as it can provide me with two amazing ingredients for the restaurant, buffalo meat and also the delicious buffalo milk. And I just love how passionate Annie and Phil are with looking after their animals.
You are misbehaving. You two. Curly. Come on, love. Come on.
But now comes time to milk.
I'm a bit nervous actually.
Go on, please.
I'm going to watch out for the hoofs so I don't get a good sock in the face. That's my biggest concern.
The tails are what you watch out for.
Oh, the tails.
They'll curl them up and slap you with it.
Get a
Flip
bit
them out and
buffalo slap.
start with the back.
Yep.
Sit nice and close.
Beautiful. Beautiful animal. How many litres of milk out of a buffalo?
4 litres.
4 litres?
4, 5. Some of the good ones are giving
One milking a day?
1 milking a day.
It's not much milk, eh?
It's not a lot of milk, but you get a lot of bang for your buck.
While Phil finishes off the milking, I head back and stoke the fire. And I want to try some of this buffalo steak.
All right, we've got buffalo scotch, a little bit of Himalayan salt. First time tasting buffalo. It's always good just to do salt and pepper for a test. Look at that. It's quite windy, so we'll make a little oven, keep it nice and hot. Come give me a hand.
Oh, I was in my slippers. Yum.
Looks pretty good, eh?
What's it underneath?
A bit of tocha, a bit of rosemary. I'm getting all fancy on it. What's your favourite cut?
Rum.
Rum.
Rum. Or scotch.
Scotch is so good. Bit of colour there, it's good.
Oh, that's looking great.
Okay, another minute or two, we'll be away. I love this New Zealand barbecue weather.
Moment of truth.
Let's have a look. Oh, look, who cooked that? Stop it. That's my favourite bit.
Cheers.
Cheers.
That's really good.
It is very different to beef, actually.
Quite fine. Yum.
Key is not to save anything.
No. Sucks to be full.
It's a really special flavour. It's got really nice texture to it as well. You know, sometimes beef is so butter tender when it's got no bite. But it's still tender, don't get me wrong. But it's got a really interesting flavour. I can't quite put my finger on it. It's not gamey. It's not like venison. It's really unique. It's hard to compare it to anything.
It is.
Well, it's sensational. I can't wait to have it on the menu.
Yay.
You're going to come talk to our guests at the restaurant?
Yes.
It'd be really important to me.
Okay, enjoy that moment.
Yeah, cool. We'll see you there.
Excellent.
It's been amazing to come out here to a Whangaripo wild, blustery winter's day. Great to connect with the land and see how Phil and Annie care for their animals. The mobile abattoir will provide endless opportunities for butchery, and I can see the start of a special relationship. My business partner Bex is called, and she is heading up this way to see Heath from Rural Design. who was keen on helping us with some native plants for ahi.
So most people say that New Zealand natives don't grow well inside, so you reckon we've got some options here?
I do. I think that's a myth. I've seen native plants growing inside.
Yeah.
Like, you basically just have to be a horticulturalist and look after the plants. The world's your oyster, really.
What about air conditioning and stuff like that? How hot would we have to heat the restaurant? And
Well, I haven't actually been to your restaurant yet, so...
Never have we.
It's not quite built
I'd
yet.
need to have a look around.
So every plant that we're going to put in the restaurant, we're going to have to take care of differently?
Yeah.
We'll have to work out how much water each plant needs, make a recipe almost?
You'll need a plan, yeah, that's right. Yeah,
Okay.
I can help you with that. Some plants eat more food, some plants eat less, just like humans.
Okay, good.
This is super exciting, as for a truly New Zealand restaurant, we have to have native plants. And I would love a Nico or 3. Heath has been thinking and has a few varieties for us to look at.
Are we going to put manuka inside?
Well, that's actually a kānuka, but I think the mighty manuka is something maybe that you should have inside because you see that plant when you travel around the whole of New Zealand. This is our kōhea, or our only native passion fruit.
Wow, that has to be in.
It's quite cool having plants
Grows
with
well.
food in the
Okay.
restaurant,
Yeah.
you know.
But so will that come droop down? Will that grow down?
Yeah, it grows, and it will also climb. This is mamaku.
Oh, wow.
This was eaten by Māori probably the most. The kuru, all the fronds were cooked or eaten raw. I love the Nico not only because it's the world's most southern palm, but it's also a great food source for our native kukupa or kiraru,
Yeah.
which would be nice on the menu too, but hey. That's a karaka tree.
Cool.
Yeah, I thought some kawakawa would look really good in your restaurant.
Yeah.
They really like shade.
Yeah.
So if you've got sort of semi-shaded positions in your restaurant, you could plant them en masse and use them for your restaurant as well.
There is so much to think about, but we need to get cracking and make this happen. Next week it's R&D time with our 2 head chefs. And the excitement builds as we go to check out Commercial Bay and the progress with ahi.